Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Property Pros podcast. I'm Mark Goldwich with Gold Star Adjusters. I'm a public insurance adjuster in Jacksonville, Florida, but interested in all things property. We have another great guest for you today. It's Phil Aiken. Phil Aiken is owner-broker of the Phil Aiken home team at your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Phil, I've known you for a while, but for the folks out there, tell us a little bit about yourself and your history in real estate.
Well, from a family standpoint, we moved to Jacksonville 23 years ago, and I have 3 kids. We raised our family here, right here in Jacksonville. Now 6 grandchildren, and there are 6 grandkids under 6, and they're all girls. So my son-in-laws are broken, don't know how to produce boys, and but we love the girls. And in any case, I got my real estate license in 2005 and got my broker's license in 2007, and then have been in real estate for quite some time. And then we opened up the brokerage, Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. We just celebrated our 1-year anniversary with our brokerage. And Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty is a national brokerage. There's 70 locations across the U.S. And most of these folks are the top producing folks in their marketplace. And we've all come together under the Craig Proctor system, marketing system. And they launched the brokerage 2 years ago. We joined 12 months ago. And so we're located right here in Jacksonville.
That's great. And it's probably something that's not familiar to most people. Your Home Sold Guarantee Realty, they hear, a lot of big national names. Tell us a little bit about Your Home Sold Guarantee Realty, what sets you apart and things like that.
Yeah, so the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty network is a network of over 1,000 folks. And these are the top agents all across the country. So the brainstorming and masterminding that happens at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty allows us to stay on the bleed edge of what's happening in real estate trends. A lot of trends start on the West Coast and come east. And so we brainstorm once a week, every Tuesday at 4 o'clock, and really identify what is the latest trends that's happening in the real estate world, and how do we stay on the bleed edge so that we can serve our customers with excellence. And that way our customers are getting the best and the brightest minds in the industry that's helping them to buy a home in a challenging market or to sell a home in a very unusual market as well. In addition to that, we also have some unique guarantees. We have 8 guarantees. I'll give you 2. Your Home Sold Guaranteed or I'll buy it. So this works in several different ways. For example, if you were listing your home, we put on your for sale sign on your yard, it says, buy this house and I'll buy yours. So we will buy the other person's house so that it removes the contingency of them having to sell their house before they buy the next one. Another unique selling proposition is for buyers, love it or list it. If you don't love your house after living in it for up to 12 months, we will list it and sell it for free and help you find the next one. So those are just 2 of the guarantees that we offer at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty out of 8 different guarantees that we offer that are trademarked.
Wow, that sounds fantastic on both fronts. One, it seems you got a group of realtors, brokers who are known for being top in their markets, all got together nationally to create this new brand, or this different brand, and kind of the cream of the crop from across the states. And then with these programs, which I'm familiar with real estate. I was a realtor several years ago, a couple decades ago now. And so I'm familiar with it, but haven't heard about the guarantees that you're talking about. I've owned my own home for the last 22 years and not really looking to sell, but obviously things that would pique my curiosity.
Excellent. And that's we do some things that are very different in our marketplace, and we offer these guarantees that make folks feel safe, whether they're buying or selling, and whatever the current market conditions, they'll change from time to time, and we're always on the bleed edge because we've got the best and the brightest that are selling. Last year we helped 127 families. We're number 7 out of 11,000 realtors in Northeast Florida. So we are we're on the small scale compared to some of these national guys that are selling 500, 750, 1,000, 2,000 homes. Some of the top agents in the world are right here in this Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty network.
Cool. And I know we're in a different market. Talk about different markets. I mean, it's kind of a different market. What's going on recently in real estate, especially here in Jacksonville, Florida, and Jacksonville being a growing market. People are coming here from all over the country, and so I know there's bigger demand here. There is some shortage of inventory. Tell us about what you're seeing out in the field.
Well, COVID changed everything, and Jacksonville has done the Chamber of Commerce has done a fantastic job of bringing businesses to here, and it's all under the radar stuff. It's companies that are 30, 80, 100, 200, 300 employees strong. Well, that's 300 households that are growing just by leaps and bounds. And so the Chamber of Commerce has done a fantastic job. So people were already migrating here. COVID hits 2 years ago, and it's a game changer, because all of the northeastern states that, excuse me, all the northeastern states that were on serious lockdown, people said, this is crazy. I don't want to live under these extreme conditions where I've got to stay at home or wear masks or all of the things that were imposed on them. So they said, let's consider moving south. And the second thing that happened was that there is no borders with work anymore. If you worked in New York City, you had to live in New York City or New Jersey or in a neighboring area. Well, because of COVID, it opened up the way that we are working these days with telecommuting or Zoom or these type of, you can work from anywhere, basically. There's no boundaries anymore, no geographical boundaries. And so people realize, gosh, New York, my state taxes are up to here, and I can go to Florida and there is no state income tax there. And there's sunshine every day of the year, and the weather is fantastic, and the list goes on and on and on. And then when people are thinking about Florida, they're thinking about Jacksonville. Why Jacksonville? Well, it's one of the most affordable places in the country to live, especially in the South to live. And it has a lot to offer, from the water to the ocean to boating, fishing, whatever you want to do, you can do in Jacksonville, except for snow skiing, of course. And so between the Chamber of Commerce doing a great job and COVID hitting and people migrating to the South, Jacksonville, Florida is number 2 in the country of where people are moving to. So Texas and Florida are the places that people are moving to. The West Coast is going to Texas, Northeast is going to Florida, and Jacksonville is one of the top winners for Florida.
That which creates the inventory shortage that we're all hearing about. How bad is it, and how do you deal with it?
Well, so you have 2 different markets. You have the buyers and the sellers. So if you're selling a house, you're sitting pretty right now because there's an inventory shortage. So the demand for homes is off the chart. Pre-COVID, we had 10,000 homes in our 5-county area that were on the market. 10,000 homes. Today, we are at 2,169 for the number of homes. So it's down 78%. Our inventory is down 78% from where it was pre-COVID. So that creates real challenges for buyers. When we list a home, we are averaging 7 offers on every single home that we list. So when we have buyers, we're challenged by all of the challenges of competing for 7 different offers. So why is there 7 different offers? Well, there's a lot of people migrating here. In addition to that, we already had a shortage of homes. And so the local buyers are having real challenges today because they're 78% of the buyers in our market are below $325,000. Well, when folks move from the Northeast, if they cash out on their home up there, they're bringing cash. And so it creates a real problem. It's hard to compete. If I'm a seller and I accept an offer, if I want to accept an offer that's cleanest and easiest for me. Well, if you're paying cash, there's no appraisal. The buyers are saying, hey, we won't ask for any repairs on the inspections. So no appraisal contingency, no financing contingency, and no inspection contingencies. And so if you remove all of those, the cash buyer looks so much better than the homeowner, the buyer who needs to get a mortgage, as 90% of people do. And so it creates a real problem. So how do we fix that problem? We've got our exclusive Phil Aiken Home Team programs that turn every buyer into a cash buyer. So we've got the financial backing that if you are a VA buyer, an FHA buyer, those are the offers that get chosen the last. But if you're a cash buyer, you move to the front of the line. And now you don't have a financing contingency, you don't have an appraisal contingency, and we can waive the inspection contingencies as well. And we make sure that we protect the buyer in that process. So we created a financing package that turns every buyer into a cash buyer because of the financial backing of some of our partners. And so that allows them to be able to win that competitive offer when there's 7 other offers on a home.
Great. Now, between the inventory and folks coming, it's great for the seller, but you still, if you're representing the seller, you still want to create demand for that listing. Even though it's kind of now it's built into the system, but they're still expecting you to create higher demand, higher dollar demand. What do you do? How do you handle that?
So if you're on the sell side, you are, because of the inventory shortages, there's natural built-in demand. So how do we, the listing agents, support, how do we get the most amount of money for our sellers? And here's how we do it. We create a 10-day process where we are marketing the house in a coming soon status, if you will. And in that coming soon status, we're generating demand. People you can look, but you can't touch. In other words, you can't get in to see the house. And so we do that for a 7-day period of time. And then 3 days prior to the first showings, the sellers, we list the house on a Thursday, and we have no showings until Saturday. Excuse me. And what that allows us to do is to create demand on over 750. When we make a property go active on the market, we put it on 750 websites. So we're creating demand over a 10-day period of time. And then the first showings are going to be Saturday at the open house. So we've perfected this system. And as a single agent, an individual agent, if you don't have any other help, there's no way you can do the 182 things that we do to create demand over that 10-day period of time, to create the most demand, so that when everybody shows up on Saturday at 10 a.m., there's 30, 50, 70 people waiting at the door to get in. And when people are bumping into each other, the comments are, hey, honey, did you hear that couple's going to make an offer? We better make an offer right now. And so that's how we're getting we're averaging 7 offers. Last weekend, we had 17 offers on a property on the demand that we created. And so this is happening at all price points. It's not just at those below 325 anymore. We're generating significant demand. And with all of the folks that are looking for homes today, whether they're out of state buyers or locals, we're creating this demand that puts the seller in a position that they get to pick. We lay out all 7 offers or all 17 offers to them and say, hey, financing contingencies removed, appraisal contingencies removed, and this may be the best offer. However, for our buyers, last week we had a seller that we had 17 offers on, and they chose a buyer whose adult children lived down the street, because they wanted someone who's going to live in the house, not one of these cash offers from an institutional buyer who's going to flip it to a rental. So many times we're able to offer up our buyers a better offer package, even if they had financing, for the seller, because the seller is motivated. This is where we raised our family. We want someone else to raise their family, and their relatives are right down the street. So now grandma who's moving into the house can play with the grandkids just by walking down the block. So there is hope for the buyers out there, even in the competitive market when we're creating the demand for the sellers.
That's really cool that you have the ability, flexibility to do that for the seller and the buyer, and truly make it a win-win for both. But it's because you can generate that demand. So I mean, that's really cool. One of the programs that you talked about early on was the, buy this home and we'll buy your home. Is that the home swap program that I've heard about, or is that something different?
They work very similar. The home swap program allows folks who already have a home that need to move up or move down. So if you need to move up or move down, there's a lot of folks that own homes that are sitting on the sidelines right now. And so there's a little bit of a stalemate going on in our market. The sellers don't want to sell because they don't know where they're going to go. So it's a catch-22. Do I sell and risk being homeless, or do I buy and risk having two mortgages? And the home swap program allows our move up or move down folks who already own a home. It allows them to buy first, even if they can't qualify for two mortgages. Our program, our exclusive program, allows them to purchase the next house, and then they have 6 months to transition from house A to house B. And so that 6 months might allow them to fix up the house, do renovations if they want. And then we can also offer some renovation financing out of the equity of their primary residence now, all while purchasing the next program. It's a really cool program. The other program that we offer is buy this house and we'll buy yours. We will put a contract on your primary residence now so that you can become a cash buyer on the next one, removing all contingencies. So it really is situational, depends on the buyer. So we have the cash buyer program. The cash buyer program can also work in tandem with buy this house and we'll buy yours. And then we have the home swap program. So there's some very intricate details on your personal situation that allow us to offer you multiple programs so that we can get you to your goal of home ownership or the next home.
Wow, that's great. I mean, obviously it's more options, more flexibility, but all for the benefit of the parties involved. So that's really cool. Do these programs work in all markets or at all times, or is it because the demand is so high right now, because home values are so high right now, and that you have, obviously there's good confidence that you're going to be able to sell whichever property?
So in this, the programs that I've mentioned today are kind of the hot topics, right? It's how do I get from where I am now into the next house? And so that's the benefit of working with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, is because we're on the bleed edge of these conversations nationwide, and experience matters. And so when my peers are selling 1,000 homes on the West Coast or in Phoenix or wherever, we've perfected the process of whatever the market is. We've got a solution to give our customers a competitive advantage to be able to get in that house or to be able to sell their house and get top dollar for it. And so that's the advantage of to our customers that we're part of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. The top agents in the country are on the bleed edge of coming up with the right consumer programs to help them get to their goal, whatever that customized goal is.
That's cool. It's obvious that these are a little different. We have realtors and property managers as well as other folks on the podcast, but these are some concepts that I haven't heard before. Some, the folks out there probably haven't heard of them either, and you're just scratching the surface. I know. In the couple minutes that we have left, if you want to tell us about some of the other offerings that you have, differences that you can help folks with, or even just how they can reach you get more information about you and the company?
Well, let me share a couple of things that it's kind of a plug, if you will. So we've partnered with the Tim Tebow Foundation, and Tim Tebow Foundation does some amazing work all across the globe. This Friday, February 14th, they're doing a night to shine. Actually, tomorrow, a night to shine. So folks that have teenage children that have mental challenges or Down syndrome, it's a night to shine is a prom night for them. And so we support that event. We'll be out there cheering these kids on, and we'll be the paparazzi for these kids as they drive through this prom type of event. That's one of the things they do. Another thing is they did the Tim Tebow Cure Hospital in the Philippines. They're doing amazing work for family and children that wouldn't be able to afford medical care or surgeries or different things like this. And then they're involved in adoption programs, overseas adoption programs. Also, Tim is a real passion for getting folks out of human trafficking. They're doing some amazing work right here in Jacksonville and around the globe. And so, because it's a Christ-centered focus, and so that really is part of our passion, is to support Tim Tebow Foundation that does some amazing work all across the globe. So a portion of every real estate transaction that we do goes back to TTF. And the way that works is, if you were to refer your friends, coworkers, or neighbors to us, you can rest assured that not only will they be getting our award-winning service for buying and selling homes, but the Tim Tebow Foundation and the kids at TTF will benefit as well, because we'll give a portion of income back to TTF. So that's one thing I want to share with you. And then from us, if someone is considering selling a home, there are 4 big reasons why to hire the Aiken Home Team at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. One is we sell for more money. Based upon the creating a demand, we're selling for 5.3% more money than the average realtor in Northeast Florida. Documented facts according to the MLS statistics. We sell more homes. The average agent sells 5 homes a year. We sold 127 in the last 12 months. And we sell homes faster. We're selling homes 4 times faster. We'll sell a home within 5 days, and it's taking up to 22 days in this fast-paced market for the average realtor to sell. And then we also have 4,000 buyers in our database who are considering making a move. So if you're thinking about selling your house may already be sold. So those are the 4 big reasons why to do business with the Phil Aiken Home Team at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. We'd be honored to do so, honored to help anyone get to their real estate goals.
And how do they find you? How will they reach your content?
So you can, if you Google Phil Aiken or Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, you'll find us. In our, that's our. We have a long URL, but it's, if you Google either one of those, you'll find us. Phil Aiken with an AITKEN, or Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Either one of those, you'll find us. We're on San Jose Boulevard, just north of Bay Meadows. Well,
great. Phil, I appreciate
one other thing, you could call us direct at 904-544-5252.
I was going to ask for that. Phil, I appreciate you taking the time to come and visit with us, let the folks know about Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, what you're doing in the community these days. Really do appreciate that. Folks, if you want to check out other episodes of the Property Pros podcast, check out the YouTube page or on Facebook at Property Pros Podcast. I appreciate it for now, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thanks so much.